The following contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Who's from the suburbs? Oh shit, what suburb you from, bro? Northfield? Oh shit. Brings back a lot of childhood memories, bro, Northfield. I didn't grow up there. That's where my dad used to take us to trick-or-treat on Halloween. Like, we're going to Northfield, mijo. I'm like, fuck yeah, Bob, right? Because you didn't get shit in my neighborhood, man. I grew up like in a straight-up Mexican neighborhood. I got these old-ass Mexican ladies are my neighbors, right? One of my neighbors, she's like 90 years old. You go trick-or-treating to her house, she'll just put beans in your bag. Just straight dry beans, bro. Like she got a burlap bag with a metal scoop right by the door. And you're like, trick-or-treat. She's like, I want no fucking frijoles, man. She'll give you a recipe. She'll be like, you boil them for an hour with garlic and onion. Like, all right, cool, bro. I didn't want no fucking beans, though. So when I had kids, I would take my kids out to the suburbs like my dad did, right? My kids would be like, let's go trick-or-treating. I'm like, hop in the car. We're going to fucking Naperville, right? Or St. Charles, where they got the big-ass houses, man. You get good-ass shit on Halloween, man. I took my kids out to St. Charles once. I got a brand new futon on Halloween. Brand fucking new. Nobody even slept in this fucking thing. I was like, trick-or-treat. He's like, are you guys Mexican? I'm like, yeah, why? We're gonna throw this out. You want it? We're like, fuck yeah, we'll take it. Shit, me and my wife are carrying a futon through fucking St. Charles. Like, hell yeah.
You're crazy, man. You're a loser. Playoffs?
It's the Mark and Lowell Show.
The Mark and who?
Starring the meteorologist who does it for the viewers.
Smoke!
Lowell Melser.
Can you get out of here?
And the man who rides the coattails of his friends and family, Mark Ronick.
Hey guys, it's enough with the amplifier.
And now, here they are, radio's equivalent of a dial-up connection.
Hello, boys.
Mark and Lowell.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Mark and Lowell Show. I am your host, Mark Ronick, and here with me, as always, my co-host, Lowell Melser. Hello, Lowell.
Good day. Hello, sir. How are you?
The man who will be turning 45 in no time.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Yes.
Yay.
I want to touch on that for a moment, but first, let's welcome in our guest today. It's our good friend, Jonah Berger. Hello, Jonah.
Hey, brothers. What's happening?
Welcome back to the show. It's just the three of us today. Not as big of a crew as usual, but that is just fine. The show must go on, as they say.
Oh, man, the listeners are probably like, thank God. Enough with all the inputs.
Yeah.
Right.
Just the original three.
What?
The way the show has been since the first.
Original three?
Yeah, the three originals.
I see.
The three amigos.
Yeah, sure.
I'm Lucky Day. I'm Ned Needleland. I'm Dusty Bottoms. So together we're the Three Amigos.
Yeah. The Jonah Show with contributors Mark and Lowell.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
But, Lowell, I referenced turning the big 4-5.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm so fixated on that is, if you remember, when August was getting closer and closer, every once in a while on the show, I would say, I'm a little weirded out by 45.
Yeah.
Everybody was just kind of like, oh, come on, Mark, it's fine. Even you. But when I saw you recently at Seth's daughter's bat mitzvah, you were saying that 45 is kind of starting to wig you out a little bit.
Well, yeah, I was laying in bed, or we were in the hotel room or something, and I turned to Allie and I said, am I going to be 45?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, you're going to be 45. And I said, how can I be 45? 45?
Right. I still feel 25.
I know. I don't know what's going on, man. It's slipping away like sands through the hourglass.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We'll come visit you at the home. Don't you worry.
Yeah, at the home. I'm ready for a home.
Jonah, I mean, I'm sure you're battling that kind of thing, being that you're about to be a new dad and an older new dad.
The older new dad part is definitely weighing on me a little bit, but I have to tell you that age has not been weighing on me.
Yeah.
I'm not bugging to be, I'm on the cusp of 47.
Ooh.
And it's honestly, it does not bother me. I've never been happier. Like, things are so good that I'm like, all right, age, bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
But fatherhood, I'm like, weep.
I do, and I don't know if I don't know if you've done this or you might start to do it, but I do mathematical problems in my brain with my age and my kids' age. So
all the time.
I'm like, all right, when Reed is 20, I'm going to be 60. So I said, that's all right. And then I'm like, well, when I'm 70, he'll be 30. And then I was like, well, if I can make it to 80, he'll be 40. And I'm just like,
that's great.
But yeah, but like I think of like my parents' age. My dad is in his 70s and I'm in my mid 40s. So I mean, that's like better.
Yeah.
Like they get more time. And I'm thinking, well, if I'm a spry 80, that's great. But if I'm like slothly 80,
yeah,
great.
Exactly, because we're using words like spry now, so we are clearly getting old.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hello, Marky boy.
I mean, you see people that are in their 80s, and like my grandmother was one. Like when she was 80, she was great. I mean, she's still alive. She's in her 90s and still has all of her faculties. But it's like that's a rarity. That doesn't happen. So I'm thinking, and then I was thinking, well, when Reed is 50, if I'm still alive, I'd be 90. So it's but when I'm 50, my dad isn't even going to be. He'll probably be either 80 or 79.
Yeah, but like think about how 40 felt when we were 18. 40 felt like so old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Think about when you turned 40. It was 5 years ago. It's not that old. You're like, all right, I'm just getting my wind as an adult. All is well. Like, it's never as bad as it seems.
That's the trap, Jonah, because the way you're doing the math, you're looking backwards, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh yeah, 40 just seemed like it was not too long ago. But
He's
that
totally
same math.
Not listening to you.
That's okay. I know.
She was talking to me.
I am though. I am
sorry.
listening to you.
So distracted.
I know.
Now I'm with you. Sorry.
What I was saying was you're doing the math backwards, which makes you feel better. When you look backwards and say, oh, 40 feels just like yesterday. 35 feels just like yesterday. But if you do that math going forward, if you start saying, oh, 50 is in just 5 years for us.
Right.
For you, it'll be in like 3 years. You just start doing that math, and like Lowell was doing, you start looking ahead and you're like, oh my God, before I know it, I'm going to be 70 years old. It's going to be like tomorrow.
Right.
But isn't that the case? It's optimism versus pessimism.
Yeah.
You're exactly right that however you think about any one thing makes it how it is. That's what I speak about when I do my public speaking. I'm like, if I think about my disability as like, oh God, it's so bad, then it feels like that.
Right.
When I think about it, I don't always, but when I think about it like, whatever, no big deal, it makes me who I am, then it feels light. So the same thing is true with age. It's how you grip it.
And I will tell you in just a moment some examples of Lowell and I proving that we don't feel 45.
Oh, God, I can only imagine.
But first, I just want to remind everybody real quick, we've been saying it, and the holiday season is now upon us. It's Amazon time. So when you start doing all your holiday shopping, please, before you just go to Amazon.com, go to markandlowell.com and then click anything Amazon you see on that page. Do your shopping, and a lot of the things that you buy, we get a small piece of commission for that sale. So that's all you got to do. Go to Mark and Lowell.
Finally got a piece of the pie.
Bean don't fry in the kitchen. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
So please go to markandlowell.com and click any Amazon banner button you see, and you will be doing us some good while you're doing your holiday shopping. Thank you.
Turn that back.
Doom, doom.
Long as we live, you'll be baby.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna move on
Okay.
up.
All right. Let's stay focused.
So, Jonah, Lowell and I attended Seth and Julianne's daughter's bat mitzvah.
I saw that.
Yes. It was us, our wives. We also had Lisa and Victor there. We had some other old friends of ours, but not necessarily that our listeners would know. So it was a nice little get-together, a nice party.
Do I remember Lowell saying that that's Allie's first bat mitzvah?
Yeah, it was her first. Yeah.
Interesting.
And she was very excited. Yeah.
Nice.
What was her overall feel?
She really liked it. She's just like, I can't believe that these bar and bat mitzvahs are like weddings. They're full-on weddings.
Full-blown weddings.
Full-on weddings. Yep. Yeah. I said, that's how it rolls. Yeah.
That's how I tell people if they don't know much about them, or at least how they're done here in this area, That's what I say. It's like a wedding for one.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you can't, you can see bar and bat mitzvahs on TV, but it's really, you have to experience it.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
do. You do.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to it. For example, now I won't go into, because it really worked out all okay. If you remember from the last show, I was juggling 2 mitzvahs that day.
Yes.
Right? I had to do a morning service at our old temple where you and I went to temple as kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the one that we just went to, Bria's mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
That all worked out fine. It was just a lot going on. It was just a little stressful of a day. I never felt like I could just kick back and loosen up. And, First of all, by the way, the temple's right near my house.
Yes.
So,
but it's conservative.
Yes, it is. So it's a little more Jewy.
Yeah.
Jewy.
I would have rather had Allie's first be a reformed service.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it was a very nice and
it was, and
relatively quick.
Yeah, as I was going to say, as you pointed out to me when it was over, you were like, that was 1 hour exactly.
Yeah, that's not too bad, really.
Yeah, no, not
Are
bad.
Seth and Julianne conservative?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Chewbacca.
Yeah.
How's about that?
So Ben, their son, and Seth actually got ready at my house because it's right by the temple.
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
it was convenient because Ben had sports going on during the day. So they came here, got ready, and then we went over. And, I got there. I sat with Lisa and Victor, who are always on time to everything. Like, they're always so good about being on time.
Right.
They were definitely there. I was looking around. I'm like, where's Lowell? It's about to start. Where's Lowell?
Yep.
Beep.
Yeah.
Beep. I never asked you about it, but my kind of interpretation was maybe it was a fashionably late kind of deal.
Well, when you have 2 little kids, and we were driving from Rockville, and we had to go to the hotel to get ready.
Right.
We figured what did it start at 5 or 6? I can't remember.
I think 6.
Yeah. We actually left the hotel around like 4:45, and we figured we'd stroll in, and I think we were only like 5. Yeah, 5:45. We were only I think we're only like 5 minutes late.
Yeah, you were. But what's funny was they got there and Lowell sat down. I had 2 seats behind me. Lowell sat down behind me and he's like, well, I tried to get here a little after the service to try to kill some of the time.
Yeah,
of course.
Because, I thought conservative, it was going to be a 2-hour-er, or at least an hour and a half. And I wanted to kind of spare. And then I said to Allie, if you feel you want to leave at any time.
Oh, really?
Go ahead.
If this offends you.
Yeah, no, because she's like, why? Because I'm not Jewish? And I said, no. If you get bored, you can, you can leave. Because I thought, again, conservative, I thought it would be a little more than.
Right, but Allie would never do that. She'd be mortified doing that.
She would never. Yeah. So, but it was fine. And she liked it. And, and like we said, the service was quick, but
let me say about the service.
Yeah.
And this is an example, Jonah, of Lowell and I still...
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to... Yeah, go ahead.
Still in denial of our age. We were just like kids. I would be sitting, and again, I'm sitting in front of Lowell, so every once in a while, I'd just get a little... on my shoulder, and I'd turn around, and there would be things like Lowell would find things in the prayer book, like wild asses.
Nice.
Referring to donkeys.
Yes.
But Lowell has to point that out to me, and there are sometimes words, written phonetically so you can read along in Hebrew if you don't know how to read it.
Bereshit.
There's a word bereshit, and it's spelled S-H-I-T, and you'll always point that out to your buddy next to you when you see that in the prayer book. Yeah. But we're still doing that. We're 45 fucking years old, and we're still doing it.
And Mark turns around. I'm like, look.
But it was good because Amy was dealing with homecoming with my stepkids. So Amy was in there. So it was good because I had Lowell and Allie there to keep me entertained during the whole thing. Lowell even got a shout out, Jonah, during...
Oh, yeah.
From the pulpit?
Yeah, during Seth's speech. He actually called Lowell out, referencing something with Bria that they used to call him or something. What was that?
Yeah, she had. I think as part of your bar mitzvah training, you have some sort of project you have to do or something like that.
Yeah,
so
right.
she was doing something with the weather. So she called me a couple of times to ask me some questions about the weather and stuff like that. So yes, but then I said to Seth, I said, it's a good thing we showed up.
Yeah, that's
because you had me in the speech.
Yeah, if you weren't there, you would have been mortified.
I'm mortified.
Yeah.
More-Tee-Fied. And speaking of mortified, after taking a look around that room and seeing the young teenage girls, I am frightened.
Yeah.
With my daughter.
Oh yeah.
For when she's that age, I am just the way some of them were dressed.
They dress like they're 23.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude.
Here comes the 45. Do you see the way the kids would dress?
Well, no, because you know as well as I do.
Yeah.
when we were that age, the girls didn't dress like,
Well, here's the thing. The ultimate truth is that it gets worse with time. So every generation has the right to say, oh, the kids these days, because it's true for them.
Right. Well,
when our kids have kids, they'll be like, oh, my God, look at what they're not wearing.
I'm just thinking when Sloan is 13, they're not going to be wearing anything.
Right. I know.
Yeah, little band-aids over the nips.
Right. I'm like, what is going on here? So I'm a little, that made me a little, I'm like, oh, God, I have a daughter.
But so my daughter and my stepdaughter, I'll tell you, overall, we're pretty lucky. They don't dress that risque when they. Yeah. I mean, they certainly do at times, but not over the top. Still where you can feel okay as a dad. Walking around with them and not feel like people are staring at your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. What are you looking at?
Right.
Sir?
All right.
Yeah.
But how much of this is parents? As parents, do you have the responsibility to either keep your kid in check or to respect the current fashion and be like, I'm going to allow my kid to stay with current?
Well, I think there's a balance.
I think, if they're showing a lot of skin, I think you got to be like, maybe that's not the greatest.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. I think it's a situation by situation deal.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I had to miss cocktail hour, which I have decided from just doing back-to-back one-day mitzvahs, I've decided that cocktail hour may be my favorite part.
That's the best part of everything.
And because you got the good apps floating around, you got
good
your
apps,
pigs and a blanket, egg rolls.
Some drinks.
Yeah.
Drinks galore, and you're just mingling. There's good music in the background, but nobody's forced to dance.
Right.
There's no pressure to do things. You're not stuck at a table. You can mingle.
Yes.
That's the best part of everything.
Yeah. Best part of everything. So you can imagine I was really torn about having to leave for the cocktail hour and come back later for the party, again, because of the other mitzvah I was juggling.
Well, and Mark was telling me, too, that when he was at the first bar mitzvah, Amy was kibitzing a little too much.
Yeah.
And Mark was like grabbing her arm like a 5-year-old. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, we about done?
Well, when you're married to the Queen of Montgomery County,
right?
Of course.
There's lots of schmoozing and kibitzing going on.
Right, and you're like, all right, we gotta go. There's more fun at the other place. Let's go.
Yeah, we got that fake thing we gotta get to. Let's move it.
Well, yeah, we didn't even have to say we had a fake thing.
You had a bat mitzvah.
We had another one, so they could respect that.
Sorry.
But I was so bummed because I wanted to be chilling with all my friends,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I assume they had a great spread at the cocktail hour.
Yeah, they did. No, it was like a lot of pass-arounds, but there were plenty of pass-arounds.
Yeah.
And I definitely ate a lot of those. But what was cool was the cocktail hour started in that lobby area, but then it kind of, for a good 45 minutes of it, went into the ballroom. So it was still no pressure, good music playing.
Yeah.
They were passing around the hors d'oeuvres in the ballroom. So it was it was cool.
That's nice.
That worked out nice, yeah.
And we should tell everybody, because we kept asking Seth, and he was giving us very little information on the last show, about the food choices that were there. Great selection, I thought, with the food.
Oh, my God,
Seth
dude.
is always on it.
They hit a home run with those stations.
Yeah, it was buffet style, and it was your two choices. The bars were the fajita bar or the pasta bar.
Right.
Oh, both.
And then they had, and I know Jonah doesn't like this, but they had an amazing chopped salad bar, too.
Oh, Come on.
Yes,
So,
they did.
Yeah,
That's
which was
right.
really good. Yeah, and they had like everything.
Everything.
And then the kids had sliders, chicken fingers, pizza. Like that was
Shirley
the
Temple's
Jonah bar there.
Oh, yes, Jonah. So I sent you that picture, I believe.
Yes.
From my wedding, you guys, the drink of choice became what we were calling the Dirty Shirley, which is
Dirty
Shirley.
which is a spiked Shirley Temple.
Yes.
Seth liked them so much that he made that the grown-up drink at this party, and
Nice.
they called it the Don't Call Me Shirley.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Oh,
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
nice twist.
Yeah.
Nice twist.
And it was also a hit, and I was
Don't
counting
call
those
me
because I really wanted to catch up on the drinking.
Right.
So those were great. Those go down very, very well. So I have a couple of little notes here, Lowell. Oh, how about we got to see and hold a genuine 100% real Super Bowl ring.
Yes.
Shut up.
Of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, Victor had it on.
Yes, Victor, Lisa's husband, had it on as well.
Yeah, one of Seth's cousins works for the Eagles.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Not only did she have her very own ring because she works for the organization, it even had her name engraved in it.
Wow.
Right.
Like the players have their names engraved in it. Mm-hmm. It was a gorgeous ring. You know, now it's the Philadelphia Eagles, which is a rival of the Washington Redskins.
Truth.
She offered, if I wanted to, I could put it on, but I refused to wear it.
Yeah, Mark refused.
Wow. That's conviction.
I can't do that, you know?
I disagree, man. A Super Bowl ring, you put that thing on. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
Are you
held it,
kidding?
and it was awesome to hold and beautiful
Probably
ring.
heavy.
Heavy.
I bet it's got some weight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You held it as well, right?
Yeah. I tried on the Ravens one during the Ravens. Yeah.
Sorry, Big Sean. We didn't dance a whole lot, right?
No, the kids do more of the dancing.
Yeah,
it's
which
not
is
really
the
for
bas
the
mitzvah,
adults.
yeah. for
which is
sure.
great. I like that personally, that, you know, it's the kids and we don't have to be on display the whole night.
No, you just hang out and have drinks.
But-
And they really do a lot of activities with the kids. I was surprised. Like,
Yes.
they really keep them busy.
Lowell and I, at one point, of course, at every mitzvah, you dance the hora. Mm-hmm. I remember we were standing together, and the hora starts. And whenever the hora starts, and immediately you see everybody grabbing each other's hands and pulling each other up onto the dance floor to
Right.
form a circle and dance around the child and all that. And I saw Lowell get grabbed, and Lowell, it was
God.
like in slow-mo. He turned and looked at me. And at first I could see he was like, oh, crap, I got to go out and do this.
Yeah.
And then he looks at me, and again, all kind of slow-mo, and he's like going to grab my hand, and I start walking backwards with my hand out, like as if I'm trying to reach his fingers, and I just keep walking backwards, and then I just start waving bye to him.
Bye. Leaves
Like
the
the
dance
Titanic.
floor. Yeah.
yeah, I'll never let go.
But then we did the thing where they're like, you know, they put her up in the chair. They put Bria up in the chair.
yes.
So then it's... I did this thing where, you know, when they grab onto the chair, they're like really holding on. They're like tight
Right.
and everything.
Right.
I was holding on and acting like I was like struggling. But
You
like,
always do. You
but-
got to make the face.
But like wasn't even like applying any pressure. just holding
Right.
on to the chair leg.
Your presence was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But, I
you were
did
there.
help. I did help. I did
Yeah,
help.
you
but
were
then-
probably more of a nuisance because you're probably in the way
Well,
of the people
no, what,
that
what
are.
happened was we all grabbed, but then I felt at one point that like I could let go and it wouldn't make any difference at that point because so many people were holding on. But then I just acted like I was struggling, like, all right. Yeah.
Because it's a manly thing. All like the dudes who want to look like dudes go grab the chair. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's time for the men to act. I've got this.
Yeah, but they only did her. I thought they were going to do her and Seth and
Right.
Julianne,
That's
but
true.
they didn't. They just did her.
Yeah. Now, Lowell, the one thing I didn't know about was apparently you fell.
No, I didn't fall.
Oh.
Did you have a fall? How's your hip?
I have
How's your hip?
I have to caveat this so Jonah will get a better idea. Yeah, I hurt
How's
my
your
hip.
hip, Lowell?
I hurt my hip.
How many months in traction?
So we'll
send a bagel platter.
They had invited your friend Rita was there.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And
And
Yeah,
you had
and so-
you had some drinks.
Yeah, I had some drinks.
Yeah.
We went over. They had these spray shirts, right?
Yeah, they custom spray paint
custom-
shirts for the
Ooh,
kids.
nice.
So Allie and I go over there, and I'm standing up, and all of a sudden, I just get like super lightheaded.
Oh, God.
Panicky lightheaded. I started to try and walk to the chair, and I started stumbling and losing my balance.
Uh-oh.
This is post-Rita?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had a few drinks?
Yeah, and
Some
I had
drinks.
Right, I had some drinks. I didn't have a ton of drinks. But maybe one or two more than I
Right,
usually do.
right,
You know, I was
right.
having a
Right.
good time. We had a hotel room. You know, why not? Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and like was walking, and I didn't have any balance. And then I'm like,
And you didn't trip over anything?
no.
It's
I'm
just-
I'm gonna fucking pass out. And
Oh,
it's gonna
you
be
really thought you were going to
yeah,
pass out?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's gonna be a big scene, and they're gonna bring like, it's gonna be awful.
Tonight on Channel 7 News.
And then I like
Yeah.
for like a second.
Get help!
For a second, right? And then thoughts go through your mind, and you start like spiraling. You're like, "Am I having a heart attack? Like, what's going on
Well,
here?"
you are
know?
45.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Listen. There's people. I know several people younger than me that have died from heart attacks.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. So then I sit down, and I'm like, Allie, I'm super lightheaded. I don't know. She's like, listen, keep taking deep breaths and drink some water. Deep breaths and drink some
Good
water.
point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oxygen.
And that's what I did. I was like, deep breaths. And I did. And I drank like 2 waters, and then I was fine.
Yeah,
and then
'cause
I got like a second wind, and I was
Right,
fine.
because I saw you
Yeah.
before and after, and I never knew you fell. And then at one point, toward
Well,
the end of the
I
night,
didn't
He didn't fall.
I didn't fall.
He didn't fall.
I didn't fall. I got really lightheaded and had to sit down.
I didn't know you had passed out and come to.
Right.
And then had some
Right.
water.
I didn't know that you lost your arm.
Right. Right. No, but I was just thinking, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to totally wipe out, pass out, and they're going to call an ambulance, and it's going to be a whole thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this is not going to happen. It's
Right.
not- so then I just sat down immediately, and I said, Allie, I feel like I'm going to pass out.
Oy.
Yeah. She's like, just breathe and drink some water. And I'm like, yeah. And then sure enough, 15 minutes later, I was second wind. I was fine.
People always, whenever something goes down, people forget to breathe. It's like the most simple remedy to almost anything.
Yeah, because
take
your
deep
body.
breaths.
Yeah, when you get lightheaded, your body just needs more oxygen. I mean, that's
Right,
just,
you freak out.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have to wrap up soon, but
Yeah.
I have 2 things. First, it's time to do just a little bit
All right.
of ball busting.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And in a way, I guess this is kind of
Mark and Lowell Rewind.
Uh-oh.
because Jonah, we had him on live on our last show from Vancouver.
Yes.
Uh-oh, it's my balls that are going to get busted. Is that,
Oh,
should I get ready?
thank
I'll get my
God.
cup.
Thank
We didn't
God.
have enough time to go over the kind of the preliminary part of the story, the prequel, which was about 3 days before he was to leave for Canada.
Oh, my God.
I see this Facebook post by Jonah asking, "Hey, Facebook friends, family, this is an emergency. I need your help.
All right, let's not add words.
Please, anyone. I have to go to Canada. It's Thursday. I have to go to Canada on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
I don't have my passport. It's expired. Is there any way I can get into Canada without a passport?"
Oh, boy.
I looked at this post and I'm thinking, I think Jonah needs to take this post down.
Yeah,
Because
not only
How do you ask, can I get into another country without a passport? How do you publicly put that out there?
I honestly, for the life of me, got off the phone with you. I called Mark because Megan wasn't home yet from work, and I was bugging. I was complete fweep.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing to be done. I call Mark for support and help, and what's the first thing out of his mouth? Dude, you got to take the Facebook post down. I said, what the hell does that have to do with anything? I post something on Facebook, and hundreds of people can at least see it and possibly have an answer. And I got my answer very quickly that no, there was no chance. I wasn't embarrassed. You were mortified that I had posted it.
It's because it's really, especially today with the borders and this and that, it's like
crap.
It used to be you could just
passport.
use your driver's license, right?
Maybe back in the day. I don't know.
Before 9/11, you could use just your driver's license.
But, I was thinking maybe he just wanted to reword it and just say, hey, any ideas about how I can resolve my expired passport situation?
Right.
As opposed to saying, can I get across the border without a passport?
Well, what? You think people are going to think I'm a smuggler?
Yeah, I feel like the FBI starts getting these warnings when people post things like going across the border without a passport.
I'm so dangerous. Look out for that one. He's got leg braces. There's a lot of trouble he's going to cause.
You don't know what he's hiding in those braces.
He's dangerous.
Dude, Megan and I had been planning this trip for months. Megan made it perfectly clear that Vancouver was the part she was most excited about because she loves it there. She was excited to show me around it. I felt like such crap because it was Thursday before we left, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to get my passport out. And I grabbed my passport where I always leave it, and it's expired by 2 years. And I was like, I was shaking. I was so mortified.
Yeah.
Shaking.
And I do know that there are ways you can expedite passports. But the other
problem,
problem,
how I found out about those, Mark?
Yeah.
I found out about those by people responding to my Facebook posts.
I know.
Can you get it? Can you get it like in a day, or does it take?
You can get it within 24 hours, but it is not a guarantee. It takes all day. And the next day on Friday, which was the last business day, I was speaking at a conference for like 4 hours. So I was screwed. I had no chance.
Yeah, he had a speaking gig. He couldn't get out of it. He would have screwed
I was
up the
speaking at a
whole event.
conference. I had nothing I could do. And then Megan came home. I was like, I am so sorry. We were both just so disappointed.
Oh, yeah. And how freaked out were you about Megan's reaction when you were going to tell her?
That was all I was freaked out about, was how she was going to take it. And to her credit, she had some straight tears when she first got home.
Yeah.
Because she knew about it before she got home. And then she walked in the door and she's like, babe, we're going to make a new plan. We're going to have a new vacation. It's going to be great. She was awesome about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, do you have your passport? And she said, yeah, it's in the lockbox. And I was like, why would her passport be in the lockbox and not mine? So I go over to the lockbox. I open it up. There's 2 fucking passports that are completely legit for 3 more years.
Wow.
I'm the winner!
We had renewed it after we got back from our honeymoon, but I totally forgot. And the one I found on my desk was my old one.
You are lucky.
Did you dance the horror when you found
No,
that out?
I cried. I'm not kidding you. As soon as I saw mine, I started crying. I was like, baby, we could go. We could go. Oh, my God. I was so happy. But it took a full minute of straight duty in my pants to come back to life. It
Hey,
sucked.
you know what? Speaking of duty, as we wrap up,
Poop in the news.
I've got this one little tidbit for you guys. It's been a while, and our listeners, I'll say, on the Facebook Mandel group, everybody's been contributing to Poop in the News stories. I don't remember if this was a contribution or if I happened to stumble upon it, but this is all about, and it's very quick, all about the ramifications of holding in your farts.
We've all been there, and we've all had to hold in a fart at least once in our lives. But do you ever wonder what happens when you do? Whether you find it weird, gross, or funny, farting is a perfectly normal bodily function. On average, we fart anywhere from 5 to 15 times a day. But say you're on that date and you're holding one in. Then what? Apart from the obvious discomfort, the pent-up gas can get reabsorbed into circulation and emerge out of your mouth as gross fart breath.
What?
Oh, God.
Oh, you know what?
What?
No.
Yeah.
Apart from the obvious discomfort, the pent-up gas can get reabsorbed into circulation and emerge out of your mouth as gross fart breath.
No, that's wrong.
It's not wrong.
A fart cannot come up out of your mouth.
I have held in and did notice that I did get burps after a while.
Oh.
But they weren't fart burps.
All right, that will do it for the Mark and Lowell Show. Please go to Facebook, go to Twitter, friend and follow us over there. And if you need that information or any other information, Mark and Lowell, just go to markandlowell.com.
And if you want to get me on all the social medias, you can look on...
Forget where we are. Where are we? Whitemarsh, Lowell Melser, WBAL, TV 11 News.
And a special thanks to Jonah Berger.
Hey, if you want to get me, you can get me on www.bereshithaggadah.com.
And a big shout out to Buzz Burbank, RJ Diaz, and everyone else who helps us with this show. For Lowell Melser, I'm Mark Ronick. We will see you next time on The Mark and Lowell Show. Bye-bye.
I'm just a guy. I'm trying to have a good life, but I make all the wrong decisions. And I'm old. You get old, and that's what happens. You don't know what's going to happen to you yet. You're 26 years old. Fuck you, lucky bastard. You remember, right, man? You don't know. You don't know what's going to... This is the best you're going to look in your entire life. He doesn't know. Look at my physique. One day, this will all be you. We're gross, aren't we, man? We're just gross, and we just get grosser the older we get. You lose this hair, you get new hair right above your ass. What the fuck kind of trade-off is that? When am I going to use this hair? Unless I'm in the Arctic, bending over to pick something up. Oh, good thing I got this hair above my ass. I could have frozen to death. Now I see God's masterful plan.
You gotta say regular, sir. You gotta do it. Right? Because we're older. It's important, right, sir? When I was younger and I pooped, I was very proud of what was happening out of my body. I was very proud. I used to call people up, you need to see what happened this afternoon. I got in the bathroom, all one piece, no breaks. Awesome, right? Because the body's working perfectly. Everything's good. You don't worry about that. You don't even think about it. God, if they had Facebook in my day, I would have been like, boop, there's a picture of that. Look at that. Good day for me. Instagram, boop, boop, there you go. Now I don't tell anybody. It's a very private thing, and I get very nervous when I'm there. You've probably done this, sir. You get in the bathroom, and you just sit there, and you have your little thing, and then all you do now is just look and go, no blood. Yay! Woo! Live another month. Colon's still working, baby.